Okay, my headphones have disappeared somewhere.
Right here?
Yeah. How we doing volume-wise? A little quiet, but it's picking up your popcorn more than it's picking up me. How weird. Mm-hmm. Nothing you can help. The screen's just gonna have to go over here.
Now that we have a goal and a destination, I'm so excited about continuing our journey.
This is a lot bigger than when we were just escaping the capital and chasing after Flynn. We're out to find a mysterious talking monster.
And to get over to Desier, we'll need to cross the sea again. I think the sands of Kagor will be a hot and harsh environment, too. Still, I can't help but be excited that I get to continue my journey. New landscapes we've never seen are waiting for us just past the horizon.
Well, just don't forget what we're out here for.
I know.
Howdy, Clay. It's doing the fun thing again where it doesn't actually show me the chat on the screen. Give me a moment while I fix the mic. Getting good and professional here. This is Tales of Vesperia. I will be giving a rundown for folks as we get started, which I guess is right now. Welcome to BumbleKast Gaming. I'm your host, Ian Flynn, the Bumble King, and we are playing Tales of Vesperia, the definitive edition on the PlayStation 4. I say definitive edition with a slight raise of the eyebrow, but we'll get into that in a minute. First, let's watch a cutscene.
Rapide's an honorary member of Brave Vesperia too, isn't he?
Of course he is.
But everyone who joins the guild has to swear to uphold its laws, don't they?
Well, in his case,
What are you all worried about? Rapide knows the laws.
there've been lots of times when I just know Rapide understands what we're saying.
I know how you feel.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, how about it, Rapide?
He just went to mark his territory.
Alright, Clay, I would recommend it because it is one of the better Tales of games. It's kind of like one of the milestone benchmarks of the franchise, so to speak. You know, Tales of Fantasia was the first one, yeah? So it kind of set the standard. Tales of Symphonia is kind of famous for bringing it into 3D and saving the entire line. Abyss is a good one if you can get it. And I don't think anyone dislikes Abyss, but Vesperia was the first one to really start messing with the formula a bit. And everything after that has its fans, but I think everyone can kind of agree that Vesperia was one of the Tales of games in terms of protagonist, in terms of gameplay. The issue I have with this definitive edition is that it doesn't feel quite as smooth as the original, which is what was one of its early, or one of its major selling points, was that it just felt so slick to play. And with this one, I guess it's the sensitivity of the PS4 controller versus the Microsoft Xbox 360 controller from back in the day, is that the left analog stick is really sensitive along the top. So if you're trying to play it like you should be playing it, you're going to be jumping around like a goon a lot, and that's disappointing. Howdy, Scruffy. Howdy, Sin. Welcome to the show. Let's watch another cutscene.
How would you punish villains that the law can't touch? Flynn would have had a different answer, I'll bet. But who knows how many people are hurting because they're waiting for change that never comes. That's the answer I chose. I know. I made up my mind and did what I did. I won't ignore my past. I'll probably have to talk with them about it sometime too.
So, let's bring you up to speed. I'm about 20 hours into the game, which is nothing. And I'll try not to be too spoilerific, but, it's an RPG. The story is kind of the central point. So, just so you guys know what's going on. This is our main character, Yuri. He is a very pretty man, and he backs it up with being all sorts of badass. He comes from the poorer side of town, and he aspired to become a royal knight and help fix the system from within. And he didn't last more than a couple months because screw the man, screw the system, and things just did not work out for him. So he was kind of becoming a folk hero of the lower class for a bit when their fountain went on the fritz. He went to investigate who sabotaged it, and it turned into some big grand adventure. The big character point for him that just happened was that there was this big mucky muck who had been doing all sorts of evil things, got busted for it, and then got away with it scot-free. So Yuri just finds him in the middle of the night, stabs his ass, and throws him off a bridge. He is not the sparkling good boy protagonist. He's fun. He actually wrestles with the morality of being a dark crusader. This is Judith. She is a Kritya, which is basically elves for this series. We'll leave it at that. She's a very recent addition to the party. She was secretly riding around in some funky white armor, riding a dragon that looks like a whale, and blowing up Blastia for mysterious reasons. Yuri is the only one who knows who she is in that regard, and they're kind of playing it mum for right now. Blastia, as you can see here, is basically the Magitech for this series. It makes all the fun stuff happen. It's why you can cast magic. It's why you can do special attacks. It feeds off of air, that's A-E-R, which is the mana for the series. So Blastia is special tech gizmos, air is magic juice. And Judith has something out against Blastia. Why? We'll find out later. Not today, probably, but this is Estelle. Or you can try to say her whole name. I wish you luck. We're just going to call her Estelle. Estelle is a princess, and one of the two people in line to take over the Empire. She's not wild about that idea, and her quest was to find a knight named Flynn. That's not why I like this game, but it is kind of fun. And warn him that there were assassins coming after him. She ran into Yuri. Yuri helped her escape the castle, and they went off on their magical adventures. Estelle has since decided to stick with the party to explore the world, get out of her shell, understand the plight of her people, and all that happy hoorah. Estelle is awesome. Estelle is the major healer of the game. She's also kind of a mage knight, so she can whoop ass in addition to healing everyone. But because she's the major healer, unfortunately she doesn't get to do a lot of the whoop assery. But that's neither here nor there. But Estelle's cool. We like Estelle. She's one of the better leading ladies. This is the best character ever, period. I'm sorry if you disagree because you're wrong. This is Rapide. Rapide's some kind of like wolf dog. He has a pipe. He has a knife. He is an active party member. You can play as the dog. I will show that off a little bit later. But he and Yuri are bestest buddies, and he's just a boss. That's all there is to it. And this is Carol. Carol is a little kid who has been bounced around every single guild in the world and been kicked out of every single one because he is kind of a whiny, scaredy cat baby. But he's also fairly worldly wise. And this being my third playthrough? I don't know, the first playthrough after a long time. I'm hating him less than I remember. I guess we'll show him off a little bit. We'll see. But Carol is kind of your slow, tanky, big hitter type who has some odd healing moves. I don't know, Carol's weird in terms of unit. There are other playable characters. One of the annoying things about the early game is that the party rotates a whole lot. We have actually gained and lost 2 party members already who will be back later. So, long and short of it is there's a lot of tension in the world. The Empire and its rules are kind of persnickety. There's a city of guilds called Dongrest that is kind of like the central point of the free people. There are monsters every freaking where, and they're causing trouble. Surprise, surprise, one of them speaks. Didn't know monsters could do that, and it kind of wanted to eat Estelle. Why is that? We're going to find out. Maybe. Not this video. But anyway, our friends have all gotten together and decided to create their own guild called Brave Vesperia. And they are now on their way to another part of the map to find out stuff. We good? We good. Alright. How are we on food? Now, one of the staples of the Tales of series is cooking. And that can give you minor boosts after every battle. But cooking takes ingredients. I don't remember radishes being for sale. So we're just going to top off on our groceries here. Alright, how are we on gels? Gels are our healing items. Unlike Final Fantasy, where you would get like 100 HP back or 1,000 HP back, hard numbers, the gels work off of percentages. Early on here, we've got our apple gels, which are HP, orange gels, which are TP, magic, and they will always do 30% of your total. Later in the game, we will get gels that do 60%, and then the super awesome ones that do 100%, but those are like way, way late and super expensive. We also have a melange gel here that does HP and TP, and... oh, lemon gels are new. Huh. Alright, that's what I was talking. There we go. There's your 60s. Lemons and pineapple gels. And then your other standard stuff, your bottles to get rid of your various debuffs. Life bottles are your Phoenix Downs, so to speak. Holy bottles make you immune to random encounters. Dark bottles bring them to you. Magic lenses are special items that you toss at enemies to get the details of them, so that if you go hunting for drops, you don't have to go, what am I doing? You just go into your monster book and find what was what. And mats allow you to heal while you're in the field. I am realizing just how much of this game there is to explain, so... how are we doing in chat? I can appreciate that, Clay, if you're still here. It is a fun thing to go into blind. I would say that if you are going to go do it blind, don't worry too much about doing everything your first time through. This game is built very heavily on your New Game Plus experience. And with the Definitive Edition, it makes it easier to go back and get some of the trophies and bonus stuff if you miss it the first time through. Because some of those are a bit of a pain. Did I even sleep at the end? Sleeping at the end sometimes triggers scenes. So let's just do that now. Top off on HP and stuff. 350 gold, that's not bad. Scruffy, yes, I did introduce the doggo. That was Repeat. And we did get a scene! Ha-ha! Repeat is awesome. I'll put him in the active party at some point.
I guess I can't let things go either.
Anything up here? Nope. No worries, Scruffy, no worries. This giant spirally thing in the middle is a Blastia. It is a barrier Blastia, which creates a force field around the town so that monsters don't eat people. Screw you, buddy. Where am I going? It's been so long since I played this. This is also the first full official English translation of the full edition that was on the PS3. Basically, anyone who played the Xbox 360 version got to play the beta, which is annoying. The PS3 version added characters and story elements, and then the PS4 version got all of that in English. It is on the Switch if you don't have a PS4. I have heard... I don't think I need to go. Where am I going? I've heard that the Switch version crashes, so buyer beware on that, but otherwise... Oh, hey Judith, what are you doing out here?
Late night stroll?
The scenery here reminds me of home.
Huh. Your home must be in a pretty place then.
I just mean that it's up high like this and has a good view. Not that I have a problem with heights.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't, riding around on that monster.
His name is Baul, and he's not a monster. And it's not only because he can fly. We've been together ever since he saved me during the war.
War? You mean between the Empire and the guilds?
This world always seems to be ravaged by some war or another.
Yeah, I guess so. It was you who attacked Estelle here earlier, wasn't it?
You're pretty sharp if you were able to tell who it was I was after.
I'm just that kind of guy. Pharaoh also appeared because of Estelle. Is there some connection between them, between him and your partner?
It's hard to explain.
But you won't deny it, that you would come for her.
I'm afraid I'm not very good at lying.
All right, I won't ask any more questions. But if it looks like you're going after her again...
You needn't worry. I won't be doing that sort of thing anymore. You have my word.
You mean it?
What can I say that will make you believe me?
Well, you said you were no good at telling lies. It's not like we're all that different. I've got a few skeletons in my closet, too.
He's a strange one.
You are correct, Scruffy, but we'll deal with that a little later on.
Shall we have a look around the town?
We also need to have a look at the Blastia that went berserk last time.
There's another element of this game that it was introduced in this one, wasn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The costuming.
Did I get costumes before this?
Didn't? Okay. What do you say, Nightly Dude? What about you?
Attachments.
Ah, okay.
It seems like the area has returned to normal.
Yeah, doesn't look like it's gone berserk since then.
Hey, it's those guys we met at Nor Harbor.
Miss Estelle! How have you been?
Who is this?
We helped these people out at Nor Harbor.
We can't thank you enough for all you've done for us.
Where's your father?
I haven't seen Teagle, my husband, for the past 3 days.
Sounds like that rumor might be true.
Don't you have any hunches?
Yes. The night before he disappeared, he talked again about working to become a noble.
Become a noble? What do you mean?
When this city is finally completed, we will be able to live here as members of the nobility.
Huh? That doesn't sound quite right.
What do you mean?
The rank of nobility is reserved for those whose service has earned the Emperor's confidence.
But Sir Cumore gave his word to us. He said we would be welcomed as nobles.
Cumore? From the Imperial Knights?
Yes, he is acting as the current magistrate of the city.
I'll bet he is.
That is strange, though. I mean, the Imperial throne is empty and all.
But then why on earth have we been working this hard? And what about Teagle?
Is father not coming back? Hey, Yuri.
You're gonna ask me why we don't take this on as a guild, right?
I promise to take care of her fee when I pay my own.
Well, okay, that's fine.
What? But
So this means our next job is finding a missing person.
And if Cumore is up to his usual stunts, we'll just have to slap him around till he stops.
Right. The Knights do exist for the protection of the people, after all.
Let's just make sure we're careful. The Knights could squash a little guild like us if we get on their bad side.
As you wish.
We'll find your father, I promise. Just wait right here.
Well, that's that. We'll take the job.
thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Let's go find him.
There's something very suspicious about that area over there.
Yeah, even more so because it's marked off limits.
I wonder if there's some way we could get in.
Careful, guys! Remember? Careful!
The deal with this town is that it's a new city being commissioned by the Empire, and everyone is told that if they work real hard, they earn points, and if you get enough points, you get to become part of the nobility. Who believes that? Well, aside from all the people who are working their asses off. No. What do you say, bucko? Classism is kind of a big theme in this game. What's over here? Not a thing. Invisible walls, invisible walls. Where is the flag to continue the story? That doesn't matter because, man, do I want this hotel room. This looks comfy as all get out. You got some nice seating area, nice beds with the water feature, beautiful view with all the comfy rain. I could fall asleep here. All right, moving on. Plot. Plot. Yeah. Maybe if I yell at the guy next to the elevator. Ha
I'd like
Of
to
course.
pass if I could.
Sorry, no can do, buddy. The laborers' camp ahead is too dangerous.
Thank goodness. Knowing you, Yuri, I thought for sure you'd try to force your way through.
Well, proceed with caution and all that. Boss's orders, you know.
But how should we get by the guards?
I really think forcing our way through would be the simplest and most effective way in.
No, I won't allow it. All we need to do is draw the guard away from his post.
But how will we do that?
Maybe by, seducing him with feminine wiles.
Well then.
Now, are we going to send the pure and innocent Estelle? The already dressed for it Judith? Or do we humiliate the small boy? Decisions. Chat, I'll give you a couple seconds to decide. Princess Estelle, elf girl Judith, or bossy little boy Carol. Alright, we had one vote for the couch for Estelle, 2 from chat saying Judith. So we're not going with the comedy option. You disappoint me. And we'll go with Judith.
Well, Judy, you're probably the best choice.
Yes, I think so.
Aren't you sure of yourself?
Well then, shall we?
Where are we going?
To buy a dress, of course. I can't seduce anyone in these rags.
Isn't what you're wearing good enough?
No, my pride would never allow it.
I don't really understand, but she appears to be going to buy a dress.
So she's going to see the peddler then? With Judith seducing the guard, this plan can't fail.
I'll do my best to live up to your expectations, Carol. What can I do to be like Judith?
Did you say something, Estelle?
Oh, no, just talking to myself.
Now, this particular moment does have a slight gameplay effect, because depending on who you chose would actually change which costume you get.
Excuse me, I'm looking for some fascinating outfits.
But we'll talk about costumes a little later.
Fascinating. Are you out for a date? Well, how about this?
Ugh, how plain.
Scruffy, yes, I chose Carol on my first playthrough and it was hilarious.
Well, how about this one?
Nope.
All right, then what about this? What exactly are you looking for?
For example,
No way. I have nothing like that.
then could you possibly make one for me?
Let's see. If you brought me a soft tail, basilisk scale, and a small bird feather, I could make you something nice. You should be able to get all of the items from the monsters on the outskirts of the city.
All right, let's go.
Judith's really into this, isn't she?
Seems like she likes this sort of thing.
Do I already have these crafting items?
Oh, you've brought the items.
Yes, I do.
Wait here while I make you something nice.
Yikes.
What do you say? Does it look okay on me?
Wait, why is Estelle dressed up?
You didn't have to change your costume like that.
So grown-ups are interested in these kind of outfits.
All is ready. Let's go.
Hey, are you seriously going out in that outfit?
Huh? Something wrong with this?
Lots, but we're going to run with it.
Well, I could say everything. Never mind that.
It's very cute, and I have a feeling that this is gonna work.
Before that, could you do something about your outfit?
Well.
Oh, it's so hot out here.
I'd say take a cold shower, buddy, but it's already raining.
Hello there. Oh, oops. Did you get an eyeful just now?
No, I didn't see anything. I didn't even see if there was anything to see.
Oh, is that so? That's a shame.
It's a shame.
Are you going to make me say it out loud? I've fallen madly in love with your big, strong work ethic.
Madly in love?
Mm-hmm. So, you get what I'm saying, right?
Maybe.
Maybe I'll just have to come out and make it clear. Would you like for you and me to have, a little fun?
Yeah, but there's someone back in the capital that I promised to marry.
No, don't be such a stick in the mud.
But
Good work.
That was as much as a judo chop as a judo tap.
Can't believe adults can be easily fooled like this.
Oh, Carol, you'll learn.
And how long are you gonna stay in that costume?
I guess this calls too much attention. I'll leave it at the shop.
But what was the fun thing you were talking about?
Going for a swim. All right, on to the next step.
Huh? What?
It should be easier to go in if you dress like a knight.
Who, me?
Carol would work just as well.
What? Me?
Yeah, maybe you're right.
All right, so who's going to be doing the infiltrating? Is it going to be big, tall Yuri with the actual training, or little small to be a stormtrooper Carol? Also, I love the fact that I decided to stream this game, and it's like right in the most sexist moment of it all. Oh well. There is combat and gameplay, I promise. All right, first vote in is for Carol.
Carol, you do it.
You want me to dress up as a knight? But will the suit fit me? Ugh, it's hard to move around.
Don't worry, you'll get used to it quickly.
I wonder.
Hey, quit goofing off over there.
Huh?
You should get back to your post before things get even more out of hand.
No, you've got it all wrong. Wait, let go. Help!
Yuri, why didn't you help him out?
I, was taken by surprise it all happened so fast.
There are some true gems.
We should go and see what's happened.
And Carol's out of the party. Did he get hauled into the Knight's barracks, or did he go down the elevator? Let's find out.
What could be going on in there?
Good question.
Carol is in there, right?
Yeah, suppose we should go take a look.
doing here?
Was it you causing all that racket in here?
You guys...
Do you think Carol's all right?
Yeah, Carol.
Carol! What, is that runt here too? What, you still want some?
Hold up. Carol?
Yeah! Rita, you suck!
Have you calmed down? Yeah. So what are you doing in a place like this?
I thought I'd check out the Blastia here before investigating the air crenny.
And you wound up biting off a little more than you could chew, just like always.
But what was it you got involved in?
They sneaked the Blastia into the labor camp at night. I mean, that's already pretty shady.
Don't tell me you were sneaking around investigating it when you got caught.
Of course not. I was very stealthy about it. And then you got caught. Well, I couldn't just sit around while they were trying to do something weird with the Blastia. The people here have been threatened by the Knights and are being made to work. I bet Teagle's in there too.
We cannot allow this to go on.
And what about this Blastia you saw?
It was a Hope Loan Blastia. It looks like they're gathering them up for a war. They wouldn't. You don't think they're planning on attacking Dawngrest again?
But why? After they've just set up the friendship agreement.
It's gotta be Cumore. There's no way he intends to keep any promises he made to the guilds.
Do you know him, Yuri?
You met him once, at Caer Bakram.
Oh, you mean the guy with the creepy voice?
I don't mind discussing things here, but aren't we forgetting something?
That's right! We've got to rescue Teagle and the others!
Then we'll put an end to that forced labor, get rid of all the Blastia they're gathering, and,
You can't just get rid of Blastia. They need to be recovered and taken care of.
Then we'll have the mages and Ospio come pick them up.
Wait! We're being careful, right?
But...
One thing at a time.
Right.
Okay, then let's get back to our original plan and head down.
Okay.
Right, so Rita is a... well, cutscene.
I'm impressed that you passed for a real knight, Carol, despite your height.
It's amazing, especially considering he wasn't wearing the full suit of armor.
That knight must have been so panicked that he didn't see anything besides your helmet.
People usually notice things like that, though, right?
Then why'd you put me up to this in the first place?
And another cutscene. All right.
Hide!
Ah, my lord. Are you sure you shouldn't be going to the sands of Kogor now, sir?
Oh my goodness, we're introducing one of my favorite characters in the entire game. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jaeger.
I don't have to pay attention to Alexei's orders. Using the money and weapons I have, everything will soon be within my reach.
And I hope you remember to appreciate the work Leviathan's Claw has done for you.
Also, those of you with the eagle ears will notice that our foppish Sir Cumore there in the blue hair is... Anybody? Yes? No? Here's a hint. He's not weak. He's not weak!
Yes, you will be taken care of, Jaeger.
You'll take those weapons I sold you and attack the Union. Boom!
I'm afraid I have my sights set on loftier things than the Union.
Ignoring the Don is a big no-no. He is a wonderful guy, yeah? Don't go forgetting that.
My. It almost sounds as if you respect the man.
Respect him I do, but Leviathan's Claw always gets the job done.
Oh, such dedication. That's just what I like about you. Don't worry, though. You're looking at the future Commandant of the Imperial Knights. That fool Alexei telling me to watch the Union while he signs friendship treaties with them.
Yeah, you tell him.
If it were me, I'd crush them in the blink of an eye with your lovely weapons. The
yeah.
Hey, that guy with the weird hair looked over here and laughed.
He definitely spotted us, all right.
So he thinks we're funny, does he?
Man, it's always the same thing with these idiots. So now we know there's a bunch of people being kept down there.
Yeah.
All right, let's go free them from the idiots.
All right. If we find anyone being forced to work, let's tell them to run.
What's with you? First you're panicked, now you're laughing.
You're pretty moody yourself, Rita.
You're not really one to talk, Carol.
Just shut up.
I'm so glad we found you here. I mean, I gave up going back to the capital, so even if you had visited me, I wouldn't have been there.
Oh, how sweet, Rita. You were gonna go visit Estelle.
I wouldn't go to the capital just to visit someone. I mean, I have to report my findings on the air clinic. I just thought I'd say hi or something.
I don't know. That sounds like an excuse for a visit with Estelle to me.
You stay out of this.
Oh, come on. We're all together again. Let's just be happy about that.
Right, so I'm going to go save so I don't have to go through all of that again in case something bad happens. Rita is the magical powerhouse of the party. She is a young genius, likes Blastia more than she likes people. Totally has the hots for Estelle. It's not even funny. And beats up on Carol a lot. Which, previously I endorsed, but now I kind of feel bad for Carol, so maybe he'll get on my nerves later. We're still very early in the game. Alright, so what do we actually have in the party? We've got our main butt kicker, we've got our secondary butt kicker, we've got our healer, and we've got best doggo. That's a good party to start with. Alrighty. One of the things, I'd like to thank Aaliyah for pointing that, is, technically speaking, this can be a 4-player game if you've got the controllers for it. And you can set your mode of play to manual, which is full control, semi-auto, which is the game kind of steers you for you, but you control most of the button inputs, and auto, which is, everybody is computer controlled. So I'm playing as Yuri, and everybody else is doing their own thing. You can set what type of arts, which is special moves, people can do, and we'll get more into the details when we actually start fighting. Battle time! So, oh shoot. What is my button configuration? Fighting is basically Smash Brothers. You have your standard attacks, a little bit of high, a little bit of low, depending on what direction you're holding. And then you have your specials. Eat. You also have your guard, as per usual, and then, items. You can map specials to left, right, up, and down on your left stick plus input, and you can map an additional 4 to the right stick. And the ones that you map to your right stick can be to anyone in the party. So if you want to have somebody, you don't want to control Estelle, let's say, but you want her to be able to throw off the major healing spell without relying on the CPU, you can map it to the right stick, flick it in that direction, and boom, you're good. Now, we just finished up the fight. We're all pretty healthy, but Judith's kind of low on TP, so we're going to look at what food we have set up. Estelle could make some fish with miso sauce that would increase our physical defense next fight. She could make pudding, which would give us back 20% TP. Make a beef bowl that would give us HP back, or have Yuri make a rice ball That would give us health and TP, but we don't really need that right now. So, Estelle, she made pudding. Huzzah!
These are the threads that weave our future.
The equipment that you put on has special traits on it, and as you use each piece of equipment, you earn XP towards those skills. As long as you have that weapon equipped, you have that skill automatically applied, and then once you learn that skill, you can apply it so that you can use it at any time. You have a limited number of skill points, but we'll mess with that in a little bit. Carol just learned all 3 forms of happiness. That's freaking awesome. But we'll play around in the menu in a little bit.
Look who's here.
And a group of those red eyes.
Looks like Hugh Moore's become their new client.
Hey, do you think that guy who talks all funny could be the Red Eye's boss?
It sure looks that way from here.
Get to work! No slacking off, you worms!
Look, it's Teagle!
If it's money you want, you'll have more than you can use. Now work! Work!
Wait!
Who? Yuri Lowell! What are you doing here? Princess!
You have no right to call yourself a knight. Brute force is not the way to honor the prestige of the Empire. Put down your weapons now. You will also release the people you have tricked into coming down here.
This all might be easier if such a naive little princess were to simply disappear. All of your utopian ramblings make me sick.
That's not the kind of thing someone with delusions of becoming Commandant of the Knights would say. It's you.
You'll be all right now.
Jaeger, get rid of them.
Ja, my lord. Nothing personal, you see? Just business.
Wasn't expecting the Jaeger boss fight so early. Okay. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Okay, so, Rapide, you're going to send a magic lens onto Jaeger. Wait, are these all? Okay, these are unique red eye units. I'm gonna lens them later. So toss this onto Jaeger quick. All right, Jaeger's got 18,000 HP. That's not too bad. I don't think this will be too bad of a fight. I say as I get murdered. Oh Lord! Thank you, Estelle. Okay. All right. Rapide. Never mind the lemon gel. Magic lens. Titan for me. All right. Now that flash of blue is if you manage to do enough attacks of a certain elemental type. It gives you the ability for a quick kill or major damage on one of the boss characters. I'm not trying to jump, but that's a control stick messing up on me again. I could put it as, D-pad for my inputs, but those are not as fun to do. Die. Estelle's almost dead. No. Alright, she's about to get that off. Well, Jaeger, All right, between her and Judith, should be okay. Running through. Ah! Where'd he go? Whoop. All right, over limit means I can now chain attacks with no effort. And I can do one of these if I land it. Come back here. Now I'm going to run out of it, aren't I? Dadgummit. Yikes! Oh, and I'm dizzy. Is he down? He's down. All right. That wasn't too bad.
Cover for such evil?
We can't just let it go.
We should dry off first.
Now, as you can see, the game can get kind of hectic, kind of fast, and it gets even more crazy when you have 4 people actually playing, or more than 2. But that's kind of the fun of the game, is just how crazy it can get. Yay, Yuri made us some rice balls. No, Scruffy, there is no Jaeger bomb, unfortunately.
I must admit, you're very strong.
Sir Cumore, it's the Flynn Brigade.
Flynn!
Well, send him away!
We tried, but he insists on coming down to perform an inspection.
That lower quarter lout, he simply has no tact.
Gosh, droit.
Yes, Jaeger. This is our time to shine!
I think we better be making the escape, yeah?
Ah! What is this? Please, step this way. Move! Move! Time to get a move on!
We'll get you next time!
What an original line.
If we don't follow them, they'll...
Wait! Our job is to rescue Teagle!
But I don't know whose job is what, but are we following them or not?
Everyone freeze! That's enough!
Hey, just in time.
Yuri?
Can you get up?
Yes.
Sorry, but it looks like something's come up. You'll have to say hi to the wife and kid for us.
I will. And thank you.
So we are going after them.
Yeah, I'm sure Flynn has things under control here. Sound good, Carol?
Yeah. Plus, I think Estelle's gonna take off after him any minute.
Sorry.
Jeez, we're going after them, right? So let's get going.
All right.
Yuri, wait!
Gotta run, Flynn!
Lady Estellise, this journey is far too dangerous for...
I wonder why my bag works so well when I hit enemies with it.
Huh? You don't know how your own bag works?
Yeah, not really.
Surely the bag just has a high level of air conductance.
Air conductance?
It's a measure of how easily something carries air. The air produced when you use strike arts must be easily conducted through that bag.
So that's why enemies get weaker when I hit them with my bag?
Exactly. It's the same as with my belt. Different people have different items that carry air for them more easily.
Wow, interesting. Thanks, Rita.
You sure don't know much about your own possessions.
I guess I better take good care of my bag.
All right. So now that we're on the world map, we're going to save. And since we're about the halfway mark for our big old 2-hour bonanza, let's have some fun. One of the aspects of the game is the costuming. Every character can earn titles, and some of these are just, kind of benchmarks for the story. They don't really do anything. But others come with costumes. See these little icons with the shirts? Can very much change their look. Like right here, we got Yuri in his old knight outfit that he, wore at some point in the past. This is a reference to something at some point. I don't know what. But it is ridiculous. And I love it. So we're going to have him wear that for a bit. Let's see. Judith looks a little cold. What is this one? There we go. Whoops, wrong button. A little bit of a midriff, but a nice pair of pants. And a fancy hat. Alright, so Estelle, it's kind of, I don't know, that looks like a clunky dress. We could make her a waitress. That seems a little too pedestrian. Make her an actual nurse, kind of like the one from the spell that she casts. Maybe. Or we could dress her up as Tyr from Tales of the Abyss. Yeah, why not? Let's see, Rapide. He has some odd ones. Doggo, doggo, doggo. I think baseball Rapide is the best way to go. And you know what? Flynn is one of the added characters to this version of the game. We probably aren't going to see him for a bit. Oh, it doesn't work with costumes on. Alright. Baseball Rapide's out. Tiny plushy rideable Flynn is in. Carol doesn't have a lot of good ones, unfortunately. But I really crack up at the one called Lunch Lady, so we'll do that for now. And Rita doesn't have a lot of good ones either. It's Elemental Master. Yeah, sure, we'll make her a card from Yu-Gi-Oh! Why not? And I said we'd mix it up, so I'll play as Rapide for a bit, and Judith, you sit out, and Yuri, you sit out. Alright, so our party's going to be Rapide, Carol, Estelle, and Rita. Let's go fight something. There's a big turtle. We'll fight that.
This looks easy. Let me at him!
Ah.
That was awesome.
Fortunately, I think I'm a little weak. Alright, I'm a little too strong for the weaker enemies here. So the fights won't be too impressive, but where am I going? Which way is the port? Oh, there we go. There's the port. There's a bee. Fight a bee. Kill a bee. Oh, we attracted 2 encounters, so there's going to be more dudes than normal. I didn't look at what Rapide's arts are. Turtle, you're in my way, buddy. Ah.
That was too easy.
I should probably be wincing. Oh, another cutscene.
That man called Jaeger certainly had a unique way of talking.
Unique isn't the word I'd use.
I had a hard time understanding some of the stuff he said.
An ancient way of speaking, lost in this day and age.
What? Are you serious?
It would at least make a good story if that were true.
One of the classics of the Tales of series are these little cutscenes that pop up as you're running around the world map that, you know, give you a little more insight into the characters, give them a little moment to interact. Some of them are funny, some of them are pointless, some of them are plot relevant, and there's a bajillion of them.
There's no sign of them.
Looks like they ended up getting away.
Where are we anyway?
A forest in central Tobikia. If I'm right, Torum Harbor is east of here.
We should probably just get to the harbor rather than going back to Heliord.
What? But what about Q-More? Do we just let him go?
I thought the purpose of your journey was to find Pharaoh.
Well,
I wasn't aware brave Vesperia was formed to follow your random whims.
I'm sorry. That was never my intention.
Oh, she's just telling you to relax. Besides, Flynn's on the scene, right? You can be sure he'll take care of things.
Hey, Pharaoh? Brave Vesperia? Start explaining.
Just about to ask the same questions myself.
Hey, another party member's back.
Huh? What the?
And he's wearing the costume that we had him in last time he was in the party. So that's not his default look, but that's okay. We're just going to run with it.
What's wrong, Miss Genius Mage? Forget me already? It's me, Raven the Great.
Who the hell do you...
I told you, Raven the Great. Man, you're a scary little kid, you know that?
So, what are you up to?
With all the stuff you've been doing, poor Raven got sent all the way out here to keep an eye on you.
Why would they do that?
First things first. Let's go find an inn at Torum Harbor. I'll tell you everything there. Raven's pretty hungry, you see.
I suppose there's no point in hanging around here. Torum Harbor is a good first step.
Torum Harbor, then. Would that be all right?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be selfish.
Okay, let's go.
Welcome back, Raven.
Flynn was asking for Estelle to come back with him, right?
The Knights can't help thinking that the best place for a princess is a castle. He's just worried that he won't be able to keep track of her.
But Estelle decided to set out on this journey on her own, and you want to respect that.
I haven't really thought about it all that much.
The Knights are bound to keep following you, though, as long as Estelle's with you.
And what kind of a guild would we be if we didn't get into trouble with the Knights?
I don't think fighting with the Knights is actually a guild requirement.
And real quick, since we haven't actually seen him, there's Raven in his default look. Raven has popped up every now and again. He's a member of the guild, working as a right-hand man to the Dawn, who's kind of like the boss of bosses. The Dawn is awesome. The Dawn is just freaking amazing. We saw this costume on him. Let's, it's boring. Having him run around in a towel is kind of funny, but we could do better. That almost makes him look clean-shaven? Nah. Another Tales of the Abyss reference, which is hilarious if you've played the game, but I'm willing to bet you guys have not, so let's see.
Isn't that Tekken?
Yeah, we'll go with the Tekken reference for now. Yeah, let's actually put him in the party. Carol, instantly demoted. Attack a wizard and a crab.
I feel like an easy win. Don't get cocky. This modest lad.
Oh, that's right. I had that set to steel.
An exquisite victory!
Every battle ends with some variable cutscene, and depending on who your active party is, will change what that ending scene is. Sometimes you get unique conversations between characters if you have them active. Some of them are funny. Some of them are not. Some of them are intentionally funny. Some of them unintentionally are not.
I know we haven't been gone for long, but I have to say, it still feels good to be back.
Can I get you Pansy some tissues? Or can we go to the inn now? I'm so hungry.
All right.
We're not going to rest just yet.
Oh, those two scheming together.
What? You mean Cumore and Jaeger?
Yes. Maybe they saw that they had a lot in common with each other.
A lot in common?
Like being raving lunatics. Whatever the case, they made one hell of a combo.
Looking at those two made me feel totally normal.
Get a couple of nasty people together and they'll put together some nasty plans. We were right to let Flynn deal with it before things got really out of hand.
Actually, maybe staying at the end will prompt the scene, so let's do that. We're not getting the jingle.
Huh. So even the Union can't sit still when it knows a princess of the Empire is out on the loose.
Then the Dawn knows that I'm a candidate for the Imperial throne too.
Yup. That's why he told me to come keep an eye on you.
So you're here to observe her? That's kind of creepy.
Really?
What? Is it just me?
Anyway, here I finally catch up with you, and I wind up sticking my foot in that mess back there. It hasn't been easy for old Raven.
But why worry so much about Estelle?
It's only natural considering the state of things between the Empire and the Union.
Each side is trying to feel the other out. The Dawn just wants to keep track of their movements.
So, you're all planning on looking for this pharaoh by going to the sands of Kogor?
Yes.
Do you know what sort of place a desert is?
Well, it's hot and dry, and they've got a lot of sand there.
That's putting it lightly. It's not as easy as all that, though.
Our plan is to get to the area together first.
And then?
Then I guess we'll go around and ask where Pharaoh is.
I don't even know where to begin commenting on that plan. So it's not just that you don't want to go back to the castle anymore, right?
Well...
It'd be easier on old Raven if you did, though. I'm just saying.
No, I'm sorry, but I have to know the truth behind Pharaoh's words.
Huh. Well, the Desier continent actually suits me just fine.
Why is that?
I've got to go to Nordopolica for another errand I'm running for the Don. Have to deliver a letter to Bellius.
Whoa, that's pretty important.
That's the boss of the Colosseum, and ruler of Nordopolica, isn't it?
Technically speaking, he's called the Duce.
Do you know what's written in the letter?
It's got something to do with those monsters that attacked Dongris. In particular about that Pharaoh chap you all are following. The Don thinks Bellius will know something about that monster.
Looks like it just became worth our while to pay this Bellius a visit too.
Right.
So if you don't mind, Raven here will just tag along with you.
That's fine, but you'll have to follow the laws of brave Vesperia.
Got it. It's not like I can go join in your guild, you know? You understand.
Why can't you join Brave Vesperia?
It's against the rules for anybody to be in two guilds at the same time. And I guess technically speaking, you are a member of Altosk.
What do you mean, technically?
So are we done? I'm gonna go get some rest then.
Okay. What do you think Rita's gonna do?
What indeed?
Does this mean we're on our own until we leave tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll all meet down at the harbor then.
Does it really count as a spy if you tell them you're spying? Although I guess it would because you are spying still. It's not very covert.
What's the matter, boss?
I don't know if I like you calling me that.
The boss is the boss. What would you have me calling you instead?
Just call me whatever you called me before. This boss thing seems a little over the top. It makes me feel silly to have you calling me that.
Don't you think you'll get used to it?
Well, maybe.
Well, you know way more about guilds than I do, right?
I guess. The boss of a guild has to stand as a role model for everyone else. I wonder if I could be that great of a person.
Come on, it's not like you're expected to be the best boss ever from the very beginning. You can take it a little at a time. For now, our guild has a job to complete.
You're right. First we need to take Estelle to meet Pharaoh. But do you think we'll be able to meet him?
Our guild's job is to figure out a way to meet him. If we can't meet him, we won't get our reward, and people will lose confidence in our abilities. That's all there is to it.
I think we may have picked something a little too tough for our first job.
It's more of a challenge that way, and our reward will be that much bigger, too. Let's make the best of it.
Yeah.
Yuri is a total bro. And not in that toxic masculinity way, but in an actual, like, supportive and awesome dude kind of way.
Do you really plan on helping Estelle find that pharaoh whatever?
Yeah, I guess so.
Didn't that thing say that Estelle was an insipid poison or something?
Yeah, I heard.
After something like that, I guess you can't just tell her to forget about the whole thing. But it won't help her if she uses that as an excuse not to deal with the issue of the succession to the throne.
Yeah, I'm worried that might happen.
What are you talking about? That's what is happening.
Yeah, maybe.
But...
You're saying I should take her back to the castle?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
It was her decision. We have to let her figure out what she should really do.
You realize it might come to blows with this pharaoh guy, right? She won't get to figure out anything at all if she dies.
She's not gonna die. That's why I'm going with her.
Ugh, have it your way then.
Too bad all the emotion on the face is hidden by the hat, but... Pharaoh, for reference, is a giant phoenix-like bird about the size of a SUV. It's made of fire and cranky.
I said that I will deal with things in my way of doing, but I let Cumore escape that easily. What a shame. I don't know how I could explain this to Flynn. I know. We have Guild's job to deal with rather than Cumore. Yeah, I just can't let him loose. Men of his kind will never learn, and will always repeat the same thing forever. I'll have to do something. I left the Empire and formed a guild for this kind of purpose. He will get what he deserves.
There's everybody else. Probably not inside somebody else's guild. What about at the end of the dock? Yep, almost didn't recognize Raven.
I can't believe we have to travel with you.
What, you ain't happy?
Well, I'm not exactly jumping for joy.
You're too glum. Lighten up. Didn't I stand together with you in the face of evil?
That was only because you had to. I still haven't forgotten about what you did at Nor Harbor.
You still remember that. Some people just don't know when to give up.
I'm not about to make a list of all your offenses. Saying that I'd rather not have your company on our trip is already more than enough.
Don't worry. I'll be on my best behavior. I behaved myself at Cave Mock and Gasperos, didn't I?
Yeah, that sure would be nice.
What should worry you more is whether or not these old bones will be able to keep up with you youngins for much longer.
You plan on sticking with us until Estelle goes back to the castle?
The Don ordered me to keep an eye on the girl. I ain't got much choice in the matter.
Sounds like a tough job.
I wonder if I could hand her over to the Imperial Knights somewhere.
I can see it in your eyes, old man. You're thinking bad thoughts again.
Nah, not at all.
Well, it's really too bad that you're going to be traveling with us. But might as well make the best of it.
What do you mean, really too bad? Well, whatever. Anyway, Raven the Great is going back to the inn. Later, boy.
We are missing Estelle and Judith. Where might they be? Can we get in the lighthouse yet? Nope. Nope, already went down there. Can't go that way. Gulpia. Slides for the children.
I'm just incorrigible. Whenever something or someone catches my eye, I forget all about everything else. I really lose sight of everything I was planning on doing beforehand.
Yep, that's about right.
I came to my senses after Judith told me. Until now, I've been dragging the rest of you around with me like there's no tomorrow.
Hey, it could be worse. If you were Empress, one word from you and the entire Empire would run off to do your bidding.
Yeah. I kind of feel like coming with you was the right choice.
Oh yeah?
I've been able to see all sorts of new things. I still don't know whether I'm going to take the Imperial throne, but there are still so many things left to learn about in this world.
And Pharaoh's one of those things?
It scares me to think about it, but I have to know who I am. I have to know what he meant by saying I was the insipid poison of this world.
It sounds like you've made up your mind.
Yuri? I might end up trying to order you guys around again. Next time I do that, yell at me, would you?
Sure. It's not the sort of personality trait that's easy to fix by yourself. Though there's another guy who's also a tough nut to crack, so I think we'll let him be the one we vent our frustration on.
Well, I'm going back to the inn. I'll see you.
Oh? Are you going to look for that Cumore guy by any chance?
Nah, just going on a walk. Where were you?
Just out for a walk like you.
What you said to Estelle earlier hasn't been gnawing at you, has it?
What I said earlier.
Didn't you say some pretty harsh things to Estelle?
Oh, right. Sorry to beat you to the punch like that.
What? You didn't beat me to the punch on anything.
You were going to tell her the same thing that I did, weren't you?
What, you figured it out? You don't have to apologize for something like that.
All right.
So weren't you going off to look for Cumore after feeling bad about hurting Estelle with what you said?
No, I wasn't. You don't believe me?
You care for other people's feelings a lot more than you let on, I think.
No, not at all.
Well, whatever.
What about you? Aren't you going out to look for him?
I told you already, I'm just going for a walk.
I like their passive-aggressive relationship. It's fun. I believe that's everybody. So let's call it a night there. Not for the stream, of course, but for the narrative. Yeah.
Ready to go?
What should we do about Rita?
That one has her own matters to attend to.
That sounds about right.
So, first to the harbor and then find a boat?
Huh? You mean...
Are you coming too?
Yeah.
Wasn't there something you had to go do?
You were going to investigate the air crenna, weren't you?
It turns out the one at Cave Mock the Commandant asked me to look into has already been researched. I hadn't really made up my mind about which route to take to research the others.
So you'll be using us to help with your investigations?
Well, there's no guarantee I won't run into trouble like back at Heliord. Anyway, it'll be safer for me this way than going alone.
Nice to see your glowing personality hasn't changed.
This means we'll be able to travel together again. I'm so happy.
Yeah, well, you know, it's no big deal. Anyway, we were going to the harbor, right?
Ah, to be young again, I tell you.
You got something you want to say?
Whoa! Down, girl!
To the harbor, then.
And we now have the full regular party. Huzzah! So let's save. And let's mix it up a little bit. Raven, we'll try you out. Stella, you move up. Rita, you move up. And kind of do a Charlie's Angel sort of thing. What are his arts even? Raven is an archer, and he's a weird archer. Most of his arts are kind of like... It's hard to explain. He's like a weird mid-range area denial guy with some healing. Raven's weird. Just, a guy with a bow and arrow does stuff that you wouldn't really expect a bow and arrow guy to do. We'll buy some groceries real quick. Fresh salmon. Rice for the rice ball. Dried seaweed. I think that's new to the list. As you can see, we can max out on 15 of each item. That is a weird thing of the game, and what you can do later on is... I believe you can buy an upgrade so you can hold up to 20.
Depends on the game. Sometimes 20, sometimes 30.
Let's also look at the synthesis menu. Now, synthesis is as you run around murdering beasties in the field, they give you all sorts of drops, and those drops can be used to craft all sorts of regular items. So, healing items, weapons, secondary weapons, armor, wards. It's still fairly early in the game, so there's nothing too groundbreaking here, but let's see, we could make a Carolinian sword for Carol. Carolinians, no? Nobody? Alright. Speedy charge, what does that do? Speed charge increases the speed of charging up Mighty Charge, and occasionally earn more EXP by finishing a battle without taking any damage. Those aren't really critical skills, but it bumps his attack by 33, which ain't too bad. What else we got? Can't make this a Gladius 1. Nah. Epe 1. Yeah. Blue Dragon's pretty good. Ooh, plus 56. Combo plus. Adds one more hit to regular attacks. Increases damage once per combo. Step. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. Alright, stock. That's pretty good. Stock plus 1, plus 59. Holy Hannah. With Rise... She already knows Rise Attack, Magic, and Stat Boosts. Yeah, okay. Stat Boosts. Increases effective magical status boosts. Oh, it's plus 59 to attack, so yeah, we'll do that. Bastard Sword. Na-na-na. Down the list. Wow, it still does a fair amount of oomph, but we already have our really cool one for him. Down the list, yardy. What do we have for secondary? Secondary items are exclusive to the individual characters and actually changes their model a little bit. Knuckle Duster, Kite Shield, Round Shield. Nah, okay, we're done with that. What can we do for equipment? Anything particularly good? Maybe. Nothing's really jumping out at me here. Or we can't craft it. What about armors? 12. Now let's go back and get that sword for Carol. Can we? Yes, we can. Alright. And we are going to equip Estelle with that. And... we didn't have anything to craft for Judith. That's too bad. Blue Dragon. Yeah, buddy. And you get the sword. Marvelous. Beautiful. Magical. Yeah, alright. And off to the dock. What are you looking at, dude? bears repeating that nobody knows that Judith is the Dragon Freak.
Oh, Yoder.
Yoder is the other candidate to take over the Empire. He's actually a cool dude.
Oh, it's you all. We meet again.
So what's a successor to the Imperial throne doing in a place like this?
I've been working with the Dawn to officially seal our Treaty of Friendship.
Is it going well?
Well, I wish I could say it were going better.
I can imagine. That Heracles monstrosity kind of made the Union really not like the Empire.
Heracles is a gigantic battle fortress tank thing.
Yes. And now, prominent members of the Empire are voicing their doubts regarding the Friendship Treaty.
The conditions the Dawn gave the Empire were for a treaty of equality, after all.
And they are certainly not on equal footing with something like that.
Yes. Had I known about Heracles beforehand, I could have stopped them, but...
You didn't know about that thing? You're in line to be Emperor.
I know, but I have no authority over the Imperial Knights.
The Imperial Knights act on orders from the Emperor alone. They do not report to anyone else.
Well then, it's easy. Just become Emperor.
You mean...
Becoming Emperor isn't as simple as that.
Why not?
To ascend to the throne, one must possess the Imperial treasure, Dane Nomos. But Dane Nomos went missing around the time of the Great War, 10 years ago.
Huh. So that's the real story why we still don't have an Emperor.
And that's why Rago wanted to get his hands on Dane Nomos.
Rago was the mucky muck that Yuri introduced to the sword, and then River, and then Afterlife.
What was that, Yuri?
Forget it, it's nothing.
Anyway, is it really okay for an Imperial candidate to be wandering the streets like this?
I was just on my way to Heliord.
Ah, that is closer to Dongress than this place is. Negotiations would probably go smoother there.
I believe so too.
Master Yoder, we should be off.
If you'll please excuse me.
Do we buy a boat over here, or... over here? Our regular liner, the Stratos, is currently being dismantled and inspected. Sorry, it's not going anywhere. Pirate talk is fun. Cutscene!
Against that many? You've got to be crazy!
I wouldn't do that even if I had 9 lives.
What's going on?
Halt! If you won't do the work I've paid you for, then I want my money back. Add the Indigo Beasts to the blacklisted guilds.
Yes, Madam President.
Isn't that the woman we met at Dayton Hold?
Yeah, that's her all right.
Why do you guys know her?
We just met her once a while back. Is she a friend of yours?
I wouldn't say I know her. She's the president of Fortune's Market, one of the 5 master guilds.
In other words, she's one of the top dogs at the Union.
Hey, I just got an idea!
What's up, Carol?
Maybe she could get a boat for us to take across to Desier.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Yuri Lowell, you've come at just the right time.
Huh. I guess those wanted posters really do work.
Listen, I've got a job that would be just perfect for you.
Hard labor, huh?
I like a man who can cut to the chase. As you've heard, schools of mermen often attack cargo ships at this time of year.
Huh? But I thought there was another guild that always served as your escort.
It seems the leader of the mercenary guild I hire passed away suddenly, so they aren't available. The other Guardian guild simply has no backbone. I don't know what to do.
What was the name of that Guardian guild you mentioned?
The Blood Alliance.
Gee, I wonder what could have happened to them.
We kind of kicked their butt.
You're all as guilty as I am. Hate to disappoint you, but we're in the middle of something right now, so see you around.
Wait, Yuri, what about the boat?
Did you say boat?
We've made a guild of our own.
We're called Brave Vesperia.
That's a wonderful name. Well then, shall we talk business? Mutual gain is one of the basics of all business, you know. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Sorry, but like I said, we're in the middle of a job. We can't take on anything else right now.
We won't call it business then. Let's just say we'll cooperate as two guilds helping each other out. That way we won't be going against any guild principles. There are various incentives for getting along with me, you know.
Well...
Alright, we can talk, but we need to go to Nordopolica. We can't afford any detours.
Fine with me. The mermen are only a problem in the waters near here. As long as I get to another port, I'm good. Once we arrive, I won't have any trouble making arrangements with another ship.
Wow, she means business. Literally.
So, do we have a deal?
I have the sinking feeling we just got tricked into something.
Fortune's Market isn't known as the best group of salesmen under the sun for nothing.
This isn't so bad. Now we have a way to cross over to Desier.
I'll even throw in a bonus for all of you.
Bonus? What do you mean?
If we arrive safely in Nordopolica, I'll give you the boat we used to get there.
Spoiler alert, we get a boat.
Really?
The boat looks pretty beat up, but it's still a good deal.
Right?
So these mermen must be pretty tough customers if you're willing to part with the boat.
I'll leave that to your imagination.
You figured as much.
Marvelous. We have a contract then. Now that we've settled the details, I'd like you to get to work right away. Just let me know when you've made your preparations.
Let's do a safety save quick. Because I am paranoid. And because thus far, having played the game, it's either manageable or I get my face stomped in out of the blue. So, rather than go through all the cutscenes again, not that, you know, the cutscenes are a chore to get through initially, it's just they're long and you don't want to go through them twice. Yeah, but that takes button presses. Alright, now let's go get on a boat and fight some mermen.
You want to be stuck playing as Raven in that case. You might change battles together.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anchors away, my boys. Anchors away.
This is the Fiertia. She'll be your ship as soon as you've escorted her to Nordopolica. And this man is Tokunaga of Gull's Song, a maritime guild affiliated with Fortune's Market.
Tokunaga's kind of a running gag throughout the Tales of series as a name.
I'm Tokunaga. Very nice to meet you.
He's only on board for this voyage, so next time be sure to hire your own pilot. We're not in a hurry, but these are important negotiations, so I really appreciate the help.
What is the ship's cargo?
That's confidential information.
It's nothing we should be worried about, is it?
Relax. We've got it covered. All right. Head towards Nordopolica. Go directly southwest from Torum Harbor and you'll see the Desier continent. Nordopolica is at the eastern edge.
I hope you won't mind if I go over the Fiertia's controls for you. You can only disembark from the ship where you see a dock, a port, or a beach. You won't be able to get onto land where there are cliffs. Of course, the ship can't pass over rocks, but you'll also have to keep her out of the shallows around islands. You might be able to take her into some rivers, if they're deep enough. However, if there's a bridge spanning the river, you won't be able to take her under. We wouldn't want to clip off our mast.
And basically, we just got a new way to navigate around the world map.
And that's about it.
So they want us to go southwest. They are making me go southwest.
We just started out and we're already working with one of the 5 master guilds. This is good.
Yeah. You're one step closer to making your dream a reality, Carol. Aren't you happy?
You talking to the kid? He's over there mumbling about something.
Merman. The first thing had to be Merman. Brave Vesperia has some bad luck. What's the president of Fortune's Market gonna think of us if we fail? This is bad. This is so bad.
I don't think he's very happy.
He's just being careful, that's all. That's not being careful. That's running and hiding.
Okay, here we go. Now we have control of the Vesperia, which is very difficult to say. Let's see. Should I dock at the beach? It's not going to let me go that far. Okay. Invisible wall. Then we will just park it right here in Capu. We came from Caputorum, didn't we? So we're going to Capu Nor. Did I come from Nor? Okay. I get turned around easily. Small detour as I try to complete a subquest. And get completely turned around. I was hitting a wall. It wouldn't let me sail that far. Well, so it goes. Wait, can I quick warp yet? I cannot quick warp yet. We haven't gotten that MacGuffin. Yeah, kind of a spoiler, I guess. And because I wasn't paying attention, which way is Zaphius from here? It is east and south. I was hitting a wall. Let's see what Raven do.
Don't get sloppy.
Raven is slow. Alright, we'll just get real close to you and beat you up.
Alright, here we go. Yay! Alright, we did it!
Trumpet through the world map, trumpet through the world map. Oh, I actually have to go through a meat hill, okay. Is a meat hill clear? Last time this path was blocked due to plot. Okay. Running through the woods it is then. Dodging critters because they're tiny and weak, and I ran into one anyway.
This looks easy.
I guess I'll go easy on them.
Alright, that's kind of a grenade move. Ah, dogs. You guys need to back off and let me do my magic thing. Alright, get a little bit closer. Put down that grenade thing. Run away. One of the things that this game introduced was the free run. Alright, so one of the things that this game potentially perfected was the free run. With Symphonia, you were in a 3D space, but once you're locked onto an enemy, you move basically in 2 dimensions, 4 and away from that particular targeted enemy. But with this, you can hold down, well, I've got it set as L2, but you can skedaddle in any direction, and that is a dead end, so where's the path down? Or I have to go up and around, don't I? Whoosh. Beautiful coastal scene. Hello, burb. Kill the burb.
Let's work together.
Yes, let's. Alright, I shot a thing. What was that thing?
You were pretty vicious. You're one to talk.
Alright, so that's Summer Raven. We'll try Estelle now. Rita, you get moved up. Judith, you get moved up. And Puppers, you get back in the party. So majestic. Basilisk.
Here we go.
Oh, didn't see what our arts were. Oh well. Of course, these enemies are so weak we can get through them pretty quickly, so it's not too bad. Those large orange flowers are plot related. We don't want to touch them because that will actually injure us. So we will kill a burb instead.
Ooh, they look scary.
What happens if I do this? Sharpness, cool. Oh, gotta hit a bird with Pal Hammer. Ah!
Your tail?
I still like sci-fives. Repeat, met her halfway, I think. It's better than the relationship was at the beginning of the game. We'll put it that way. Burb.
Don't hurt us now.
Alright, definitely hitting with a power hammer this time. Come on! Yes!
All right, here we go.
That big tree over there is a town, but we're going to bypass it for now. X-Beat, go away. Not gonna kill you right now. Take a quick jaunt through Dead and Hold. Nothing too amazing here. It's a little fort town where you accidentally run into, spoilers, final boss, but you don't know that yet. Step on a wolf. It happens.
I feel like an easy win. I guess I'll go easy on them. Stars of wavering darkness. Zero. Crescent moon.
Now, let's hold on to those gels. Another nice thing is that the NPCs will tell you when they are about to use an item on someone, and you can cancel that. So if you're running low or you don't want to use it because you know they're going to be burning through it, you can stop them. Alright, where am I going in Zephyrs? Quarter. Person on a bench. That's just lovely. Not you, child, out of the way. The sheer amount of incidental dialogue in this game is staggering, because every single event causes some change, even if it's just flavor text. And just about every single NPC has 2 lines of, or 2 instances of dialogue. And this is why Yuri is one of the best protagonists. Now, one of the things that these games are kind of notorious for is their subquests that you will miss if you don't think to go back to the starter town, 20 plus hours into the game. She has a fancy hat. Have I not been to this part of the map before? I don't recognize it. Yeah, I've been here. Oh, well. Oh, I'm still looking for somebody. Okay. I'm not muttering to myself in this instance. This is Aaliyah helping to coordinate. Don't know if the mic is picking that up. Nope, invisible wall. Looking for a person on a bench. Not caring about all the NPCs. Bench. Where is a bench person? You're a tree. You're a Kritya. You're doors I can't enter. You're a fancy hat. Meow. Person on the bench. Bench person. Yeah, you're not who I want. You're not on a bench. Y'all didn't do anything. Small child, you are near a bench. Nope. Maybe you're in the lower quarter, mystery quest sparking person. You look distressed. What's wrong? Get back here. I have 10 minutes to progress the game. Come on. Where did the cat go? Where did they go? Where did they go with the cat? I don't remember the subquest. Hello, cat. Off into the royal court again to get a cat. Why are we chasing the cat? Does Rita speak cat? I don't know. Yeah, kitty. Yeah, kitty. I sure do like that one meowing sound effect.
Hey, Yuri, where in the lower quarter do you sleep? It's not under a bridge or something, is it?
What do you think I am?
All right, so where did you live?
I stayed at an inn after I left the Imperial Knights. The innkeeper is really nice and said I could stay there if I didn't have anywhere else to go.
I'm finally starting to get a real image of you living in the lower quarter.
Yeah, I could just see you bumming around down there.
Gee, thanks.
So that entire sequence was... for what? Why did we save the cat? Why did we do any of that?
Why shouldn't you save the cat?
Well, granted, saving cat is not necessarily a bad thing, but, you know, could I not at least get an apple gel for it? I'll run back to see if the initiating NPC has anything to help us out with.
I kind of thought you'd get a title, maybe. Crazy cat ladies. Is that it?
Are you Clay? No, Clay wasn't wearing a hat.
He was shit.
Whatever. Where is dude? Are you Shell? You're a jerk. You can go to Shell. Are you Shell? No, Shell wasn't wearing a hat. Okay, you in the awful purple suit. Now, is there somebody on a bench? There we go. Bench person. Cool, we got Tiger Blade. Alright, oh, that was worth it. Because we got Tiger Blade. head out of town. Yeah. Oh, I see a stump. What does that stump have? Goodies, that's what. I got a bearskin and a red blossom, which are fairly rare drops, so that was good. Pretty sure we have to have the boat before we can go. Yep, we gotta have the boat. Okay. Be gone, plant. Alright, with that adventure behind us, we're going to go running back across the continent. But first, I'm going to read another stump. Yes, read. That's exactly what I meant to say. I didn't flub the line. You hush. We don't need a weed. We need bark. We're looking for a particular rare drop that, when crafted, gives us a series staple item called the Vesperia, which boosts your gold at the end of battle. And in the last couple seconds here, we'll try Rita. And kill a plant.
Sorry, but you're going bye-bye.
Or not, because everyone's too strong. Oh well. Wolf.
I feel like an easy win. Don't get cocky.
Scruffy Matt, you are a ridiculous individual, and I love you for it.
I just can't help that.
Alrighty, that hits the 2-hour mark. Wait, no, because I started streaming this a few minutes early to get everything going. So, no, it's not 2-hour mark. Never mind me. I'm speaking nonsense. If only I had a clock immediately visible to me. Oh, wait, there it is right there. I mean, it's not like we have to have a hard deadline on these, but... Go away, Burb. You are too weak. You will not provide good sustenance. What in the forest? Oh, this thing? Well, I'll toss a magic lens on it and see. I'll have to look in the monster book later, but... Whoops, didn't mean to do that.
I just can't help that.
Did we get anything? Sacred tree. That's the wrong thing. Now, what else does it drop? Let's look at the monster book. And we will look at plant types. Look at Trant. It gives us sacred tree and medical herb. That's not what we want. Hooey. Hack's beak.
Don't hurt us now.
Why am I trying to attack? I'm so used to doing the melee fighters. Unless I will switch it up again. Judith, you have point.
I'm so hungry.
I'm dying here.
Already? The girls look like they're doing fine.
Was that Estelle? Listen, her stomach's rumbling too.
I can wait, though it's been a little difficult.
Hmm? That sounded like it came from Rita.
Judy, you too? Are you trying to see who can hold out the longest?
Perhaps a diet is a little bit like a competition in holding out.
A diet? What do you need a diet for? Especially you, Rita. Lose any more weight and you'll...
I'm just waiting until I finish reading this book, okay?
Could have used a little bit of a punch sound effect for that, but okay. I know I haven't been cooking. I don't want to waste anything. We haven't been taking enough damage to necessitate the cookage of stuff. Ah, sneak attack!
Yeah, I guess we'll fight.
Sneak attacks are when you get hit from behind by enemy units, and it completely messes up your battle order. Now, you retain your player character, but the rest of your party gets all swappled.
Here we go. The sign of victory. Okay. Yay! Good job.
Fine, we'll cook since everybody's going wah. Whoops, didn't need to go up this way anyway. Once we wrap up here, if you're still interested about the combat system of the game, I highly recommend looking up combo videos, because some of the stuff you can pull off in this game is ridiculous if you know what you're doing. I'm still very early on, so I don't have all the combo options available, but what you can do, kind of pushes the boundaries of the skybox. It's ridiculous. Nope, didn't mean to do that.
Easy.
How did I get lost? There's only 2 pathways. Zigged when I should have zagged, I guess. Well, while I bumble about trying to find my way back to where I was before, thank everybody for joining me for this special, long BumbleKast Gaming Live. We will see you next week. Might be me, might be Kyle. Who knows? And we'll see you tomorrow for a brand new BumbleKast, where we're going to be talking about old school myths and hoax and legends about video games. Hope you look forward to it, because Kyle did something a little special for the intro. Have a good night, everybody.